This is part 3, section 11 of our Vectorworks 2021 drafting tutorial. In this section, we're going to be talking about label legends, which is how Vectorworks references the information that's been entered about a specific fixture and then displays it. So there's already a default label legend built in, which is exactly why all of this information has already gotten populated. We're going to do a couple of edits to that, and then I'll show you how to create some new ones so we can go through that process. So I'm going to go up to Spotlight and Label Legend Manager. The default one is the only one that exists right now, so we're going to highlight that and click Edit Fields. And these fields, these attributes, are all of the things that can be displayed by Vectorworks about a specific fixture, should you choose. Right now, unit number, color, dimmer, and channel are selected. That's exactly what we want, so we're going to leave that alone. These check marks indicate that they will be displayed in the 2D environment, which is what we're working in. There's nothing displayed in the 3D environment, which is fine. We're not 3D drafting. We don't need 3D text. Unit number, dimmer, and channel all have a check in the right reading column, which means those numbers are always going to appear right side up, whereas the color will rotate with the fixture. Container type is quite simply whether or not the information appears in some sort of container. So right now, dimmers appear in hexagons. We actually want to change that to rectangles. So I'm going to click on that once, and it'll change to rectangle. My channel still is will be displayed inside of a circle, which is exactly what I want. So I will click OK and click Done. And when Vectorworks refreshes itself, we can see that our dimmer numbers now appear inside of a rectangle. Our channel circles are a little bit small. When we get up to our cyclites and we're dealing with 3-digit numbers, the 3-digit number doesn't quite fit inside of the circle. We don't want that. So we're going to adjust that container. So we're going to go to the Resource Manager, and inside Vectorworks tutorial number 3, we're going to select the file that says Containers and right-click on the circle and edit its 2D components. That'll take us into this screen. We'll select our circle and go to our object info palette. Right now it's telling me that the width and the height are both 6 inches. So I'm going to make sure that we're editing from the center point. We're working from the center out. And I'm going to change the width and the height to 9 inches each. So it still is a circle, but it's a little bit bigger. Once that's done, I will exit out of that symbol. And we can see that that circle is now big enough to house those 3-digit numbers, which is exactly what we want. So now we're going to go ahead and create a new label legend. So I'm going to come back up to Spotlight, Label Legend Manager, and I'm going to click the button that says Add. I get this same dialog box again, and I'm going to put in one that I'm going to call front light, which is F/L, is our abbreviation for front light. And then we need to select our attributes. So we're going to select unit, color, dimmer, and channel. We're going to put our dimmers inside of a rectangle and our channels inside of a circle. And then we need to check on Use Layout Symbols. So this is essentially what it thinks the active symbol is and how you want to orient that information around. Right now it's the body. I'm just, for safety's sake, going to change it to the 36-degree source 4. Great. And we'll click OK. And then I'll select front light and say that I want to edit the 2D layout. So here's my fixture, here's the various attributes that I've selected that I want to populate around it, and now Vectorworks is just telling me where do I want to put each individual piece of information. So we're going to take our unit number and put it right in the center of the fixture. We're going to take our color and put it at the front of the light because that's where the color goes. We're going to take our dimmer and put it at the back of the fixture, and we're going to take our channel number and put it right behind the dimmer. So that's going to be the layout for our front light label legend. We'll click up here to exit out of that symbol, and we'll do it one more time for our backlight. So we're going to say Spotlight, Label Legend Manager, add this one I'm going to call Backs for our backlight, and we're going to want the same information. So we want unit number, color, dimmer, channel. Dimmer inside of a rectangle, channel inside of a circle. Okay. I'll select or highlight my Backs label legend and go to editing the 2D layout. So I forgot to change the fixture type. So our backlights are their par, so we don't want to orient it around a Leco. So I'm going to exit out of this and go back into my label legend manager to edit fields and down to use layout symbol. So I'm going to select this, and then we're going to tell it that we want to use the source 4 par symbol for this label legend. Okay. Now when I go into editing the 2D layout, now my symbol is correct. That's exactly what I want. So I'll just take these and drag them into position where I want those pieces of information to appear. Just like that. And I'll exit out of that symbol. Okay, so now I'm going to select all of my front light. And I'm going to go up to Spotlight, Label Legend, Assign Legend to Lighting Devices, and I want to assign the front light legend. Click OK. And when I zoom in, I can see that it in fact has done that because it's changed the font size, even though essentially what we've done is recreate the default label legend. Then I'm going to select all of my backlight. And again, Spotlight, Label Legend, Assign Legend to Lighting Devices. I'll choose my Backs. Okay. And now all of those have been changed. I'm going to go ahead and fit to page and save. And I'm going to make another video that will show you another way of creating a label legend from a fixture layout.